Good morning.
Good morning.
I
I
still
was
feel
going to say,
weird.
since this is your dad, I'll just let you drive the bus today.
I
guess that was an
Drive
introduction.
the bus.
Do you remember on your first episode, we said we were trying to introduce you, and then we said she's Mark
That's how they
Cunningham's-
introduced me. Will introduced me.
Mark
Yeah.
Cunningham's
Mark
daughter.
Well, because whenever you came in and you met Will, he was like, I'm sorry, who are you? And
Oh,
you were
yeah.
like, I'm Mark Cunningham's daughter. And
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
how I
yeah, I know
introduced
exactly
myself.
who you are.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Cunningham's daughter. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's like, okay, it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
So this is Mark.
This is
Yes.
my dad, Mark.
Hello?
He's so professional.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be less professional.
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
a good thing.
It's
We
good.
were, in honor of Father's Day.
In
we
honor of
thought it would be
Father's
fun.
Day.
Oh, yeah.
to
That
have-
okay. That I didn't think about that.
He
That's
didn't even connect the dots.
no, I
I
didn't
was
connect the
using my
dots.
marketing's strategy.
Yes.
Well,
I thought
she's
about
asked me a couple times
Yeah.
over the last several months, and
Yeah.
I've always got something going
So you
on.
must be a good time, though. If
Yeah,
she wants you to
yeah,
come on.
yeah.
That's
He's
good.
usually pretty
Father's
fun.
Day.
Yeah.
I'm usually pretty funny.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I thought that would be a nice little add-on.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because we were talking about whenever we do trivia, we don't have anyone to like bounce
I
things
know.
off of,
She
you know?
always makes me do the trivia.
And it's one-on-one, and she feels like she's on the spot. And all
Right.
that
Yeah,
stuff,
and I get
so.
really, I get
Yeah.
nervous. and all
Yeah.
that.
I gotcha.
It's
Oh,
fine.
And we
Fun.
talked about Top Gun and how you love Top Gun.
Oh yes, yes.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
Why don't you give us a little bit of insight on the new movie? Like how you felt.
insight, how I
you
felt.
about the new movie.
Oh my gosh, that was just such a. I mean, I had high expectations, you know.
Yeah.
So I kind of went in there going, "Oh, I'm going to be disappointed." You know,
Right?
Right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so true, though. I kind of
And
thought the same thing.
It was like, I'm not going to say it's the best movie of all time. Saving Private Ryan is probably my favorite movie of all time. But I was like, with my friends, it was like a week out, and of course we had to do the IMAX.
They did IMAX.
you did that. That's what I'm doing.
It's it makes a difference
I
from what
bet.
I've
Apparently
heard.
the whole
Yeah.
thing was shaky.
Oh yeah,
Oh, my
yeah, you
gosh.
feel it.
But almost it would make you sick.
No,
I mean,
no, it
you
really-
don't think so?
no.
Oh, I don't know if I can handle it because it was pretty intense.
It's not like it's 3D,
True,
It's,
that's true.
3D
Yeah.
would be a whole other level.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
Of
that's what I
course, though, you'd
associate
also
sometimes IMAX with is 3D, but I guess you're right, it wouldn't be
yeah.
necessarily that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was, granted, there's a few little cheesy spots
Yeah.
as you went along, but that's okay. And
Yes.
it actually kind of made it cute,
Yeah.
right?
True,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I saw the original one. Was it 86?
Yeah,
think it's-
tell her where you saw the first one.
At the drive-in.
Hey, those are
Yeah.
still a thing.
With his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So he went to the
Yep,
drive-in with
yep.
his girlfriend to see Top Gun.
Yep. And that.
Oh, you guys weren't, you were married? Weren't
No.
you married?
No,
No.
no.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
I am
old.
that. I'm what? Yeah,
No,
I'm the
I
one
was
so
born
old.
in 86.
Oh, good
So I'm
Lord. It's,
I only say that because I feel like you and Marty have been married forever.
it's,
They have been.
But
quite
I'm
a
like,
while.
and I think you guys have been married. Well, how long have you been married? 30 years?
Oh
Hasn't it been a
gosh.
while? Well, I know you're only 24, and Molly's
She-
younger than you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were married 5 years before I was born.
Yes, that sounds right. I was 25 when I got married.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm
And
not
you're
much.
55.
You're not much older than me. I'm saying, like, the fact that you weren't married by then. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You were
Anyways,
just
I
a
guess
little baby.
I just associated in my head like.
Well, he
oh, he's
graduated in
probably married.
'83.
High school.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So,
Yeah.
no. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so you were at the drug.
Back
so
to the
sorry.
movie. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How long have you been
Yeah.
married, by the way? You weren't married then, were you?
Okay, so you
Yeah.
saw it in the drive-in.
Saw-
Drive-in movie.
Driving. Yeah. I'm not sure why. We had one drive into town, Lakeside, California. It's like kind of like a little horsey town. We had a sign in Lakeside, and it said, "More horses per capita than any town in the USA."
In California?
Yes, it's kind of it's almost like a high desert town is East San Diego,
Okay.
So I tell people I'm from San Diego. I'm not really from San Diego. It's like Shamu and palm trees, but we had sagebrush and rock, and thing. If there was a tree, it was planted,
Right.
It's that kind of place.
Yeah.
But we had a rodeo at our high school, that kind of thing. But no, when I saw that movie, and I was kind of like, I was right in the middle of deciding what I was going to do with my life. Right,
Yeah.
3 years after high
True,
school.
yeah,
Yep,
of
right.
course.
And I was
And you're
already.
like, I want to be Tom Cruise.
He was so young in the original movie.
He was.
He looked like a kid.
Yes,
I
he
mean,
was. He really
yeah,
was.
because like a lot of people, they went and saw it, the original before, Because there was a lot of people that hadn't seen the original.
Same.
My best friend Mike Flynn tells me,
You never saw Top Gun?
never saw Top Gun.
Wow.
Yeah, never saw Top Gun. He's same age, as me.
Wow.
And
How do you go that long in life without
Not
seeing
seeing
it's a good question. And what's weird about it is he went to see the new one with his son, right? Yeah,
Before you even see it?
first.
No.
And then he calls me a couple days ago and he goes, "Hey, my son and I are watching the original Top Gun." I said, "Oh, cool." Yeah. He goes, "I just knew it was time for us to watch it." And I said, "Excuse me?" And he said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, my son, he's 18 now, and I wanted to wait." And I went, "You went and saw the Top Gun Maverick though last week with them?" "Yeah, that's right." And I said, "You've never seen Top Gun the original?" "No, I just waiting for a good time." And I went, "Okay, yeah, they're just in my friend. He's he's an odd duck. I love him, but he's an odd duck. Yeah, he is." Still out in San Diego, trying to get here actually.
Yeah, he's trying to move here.
Struggling to get here.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Housing and stuff.
No, yeah, nothing. Well, yeah, there's all that sort of thing. But
I also went through
A little separation.
big D word.
Oh,
Yeah, all that
okay.
stuff. Yeah, terrible. Yeah.
Oh,
But
no.
yep, I'm there for him though. So,
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so he found that he loved Top Gun though?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah,
he's
he
like,
did.
why was I waiting all this time
Right.
to watch
Yep.
it?
All that. He goes, "I want to see it again." I go, "Which one?"
I feel like
So-
you and I have to go see it again just for.
Oh, listen, I know. My mom said she hasn't seen it yet and she's looking for somebody to go with. And I was like, I will go.
I will totally.
volunteer.
I'll volunteer to go
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely.
I'd watch it again only because I went there kind of like a little kid, like
Yes.
yeah, and just it's a great movie, and just kind of like the sensory thing,
Yes.
This time I'd go back and go, okay,
Yes, I agree with that.
who's this woman here?
Yes.
How does she fit into the
I know.
plot?
I was really confused by that.
Was he
I'm like-
married to her at one
I'm
time?
like, that's not Meg
Is that
Ryan.
his daughter? I mean, I don't even know.
I thought that. I'm glad you guys share my confusion because the way that
It is it's confusing.
It acted like they were picking up,
Well,
and we were like, "Well, we
they-
missed that part."
I saw a
Yeah.
video though of some of the actors that they had in the original Top Gun and what they look like now.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
what they said, like,
no,
they
wait.
showed a picture
I
of Meg
know.
Ryan, and I was like,
What does she look like now? Is she bad?
she's old.
Hey, let's be careful now. You guys are live on air here.
She
Okay.
got,
So
she was old.
she got old.
it's not just old. There's some other things going on there. But anyway,
okay.
yeah.
Like, if you're saying like plastic surgery and stuff.
No.
Oh, like that?
Yeah. So Tom Cruise would never probably.
Anyway.
He's trying not to let him be as old as.
Anyway, someone told me, all right, and I don't know if this is true or not, but that woman, what's her name? I don't
Meg
know.
Ryan.
No, are you talking about Jennifer Connelly?
The one in.
I'm really bad with actors'
The
names.
one in Maverick, or the one.
Maverick.
Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's pretty. I like
Mhm.
her.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah, that girl. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Someone told me, or I read it. I can't remember, but that she actually is the daughter, all right, of Viper, who is one of the instructors in the original one, and she was a little girl in this like final scene of Top Gun where he does a flyby.
Really?
And I go, where'd you get that from?
Hold
Right?
on,
They're
but
trying to put
she
the
wouldn't
straight-
have been a little girl though
Yes.
then.
Mhm.
She
Yep.
would have?
Well, Tom Cruise is probably like 24.
I know, but
25 in the
I thought she
movie.
was around the same age as
He's
him.
a lot older than her in the movie. That's a little weird now.
Well, okay, that.
We're not going to solve this right now.
He's like,
I
Yes,
let
that-
me figure it out.
I want to know.
Oh gosh.
Well, because she can't be much. I mean, yeah, Tom Cruise can't be much older. She's 51 and he's 59, so that can't be right.
Yeah, my problem with
Well,
that.
I guess so. I guess she could have been.
Certainly.
You know, yeah, she could have been like 10 or something.
Yeah, right.
If he was 20.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he wouldn't be 20 flying an F-14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he was a lieutenant in the first one,
Yeah.
so he
Oh,
was
older.
probably factoring college and flight school, and then to make it to 03, he's probably
Late 20s.
oh yeah, 27, 28.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. That wouldn't have been right then.
Yeah, but that's the only part of the movie that I was like, man, because they did a great job of reaching back.
Yeah, it did.
Just
It
really good.
did.
Obviously about Goose and
Goose.
Rooster and all that, so that was a big thing. But here they have this woman. It's like just make it like who is that? You know,
Yes.
give us a little history, just a sentence,
Yeah.
Well, the
something.
way they talked,
right.
though, it made it sound like they had history.
Yeah.
It sounded
Yes,
like they went
yeah.
way back.
Yeah,
Yeah, like they
But
had
then it's like, well, what happened to
hot and
Meg
heavy.
Ryan?
Yeah, true. Yeah, they never. But
What happened to Love Is Life?
Well, because he said something about her. Rooster said my mom or something like that. I can't remember. I thought she came up at some point. I don't know.
Rooster's mom died. Right?
So Meg Ryan died.
No, Meg Ryan was not his mom.
No.
yes.
Meg Ryan was his mom. It's
Yes.
the other girl. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
I'm blanking.
31
Hold
years
on.
in August. Your mom said. That's how long you guys been married.
What are you looking
That
at?
comment over there.
Comments.
So that's how long you guys moved.
He's the best.
Oh.
I knew,
Oh.
but I forget that I forget that I'm older. I'm not 24. I forget.
Right.
That, you know what I mean? I didn't want to say like I'm older, like I'm, but I forget that I'm not 24 anymore. So I'm like, wait a minute, why weren't you guys married in '86? Anyways.
Yeah, I have trouble with it sometimes. I really do.
All the time.
I don't forget it.
Look, listen, I'm the
August
same way.
3rd.
I just, you don't forget your anniversary?
Never. Okay, I just, my execution sometimes is poor. You know what I'm saying?
She's like, I
Yeah.
concur. No.
Yeah.
But so Top Gun was just fantastic. I watched it on Saturday. We went in, and I will agree that I went into it like like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So now I'd like to go back and be like, no, I really want to watch it. Like,
Yeah.
get all the details and
Right.
all the stuff I missed the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I watched an interview because I have a thing for Rooster Miles Teller in real life.
You told me that.
Yeah.
I did.
He is.
I was showing him the beach videos.
Oh. I
These
can
little
watch that.
stud muppin with the stash. With the stash.
Someone, a friend of mine used to say, she's like, I could spread him on a cracker.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I watched
spread him on a cracker.
but I watched an interview and saying that they flew the actual. He was in the
Back seat.
back seat,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes like the guy Jimmy. I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, and he was like, so I mean, were you nervous? And he's like, I mean, yeah. At that point, it's like I'm taking your word for it that you know what you're doing.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna just be in the back seat.
Well,
here,
and they all
you
had
know?
to get their pilot license.
Yeah. Oh, they did.
Uh-huh.
Oh, like Tom Cruise and them.
Well, Tom Cruise already had his.
Oh. Okay.
He has a license for a lot of things, including real estate.
Oh. Well, look at
I
that.
was watching, he was being interviewed by, what's the guy, the British guy? Blonde hair,
Comedian.
the comedian.
James Corden.
Yeah, I think it was that guy. Unless it was Jimmy Kimmel, I don't remember, but he has,
Jimmy Kimmel's not British.
no, I
No.
couldn't remember who
Oh.
it was. But he was saying that he had a license for
He has a license to kill. No,
He has
I'm
a
kidding.
license to kill. He has a license for planes. He said many different planes, parachutes. I think
He
he
has a
said.
license for a parachute,
I don't
or
know.
to be a
Oh, he said
skydiving instructor.
Maybe
or something?
I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. And then at the very end, he goes, "Oh, and I have my real estate license."
Jack of all trades.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's
Yep.
fine. Whatever floats your boat, Tom.
Yeah.
He's
So,
a, yeah.
I was gonna say, do you fly planes? Have you?
Flown in them, and I was flying every week in a Cessna, so the guy taught me how to fly it in case something happened to him.
Wow.
Marv Silver is his name. And he goes, in case my old ticker goes out. And I went, okay, teach me.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
what you want to hear.
No, no. But after flying a Cessna, I thought, no, I don't.
Not
I
your
don't.
jam?
It's so slow.
Oh.
Oh.
Just
Yeah.
Not enough speed.
Yep. We were flying back from Phoenix to San Diego, and he said, yeah, it's going to take about twice as long. And I went, twice as long? That was a long flight, flying out there
Yeah.
in a Cessna. And I go, oh, headwinds? He goes, yeah, we're only making about 60 miles an hour ground speed. I went,
Holy cow! That's slow.
And in the air.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, thank you.
right, yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
terrible.
no.
Yeah, so not
Yeah,
my cup
no,
of tea.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I was going to fly something, it'd be like one of those crop dusters, yeah, that would be cool.
I mean, yeah, my mom lives over there off of Division and near the little downtown airport, and you see those little planes all the time just coming in, coming out.
Yep,
It's pretty wild.
yep,
I am not a big flyer just because I'm not a traveler and I'm a homebody and like to stay home, but I even like the big ones. I'm not too fond of flying. I'd
Yeah.
rather just stay on the ground.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like it when it gets you there fast. When
Right.
you're flying, a big 737,
Yeah.
across the country.
right.
That's when I'm okay with it. But yeah,
Yeah.
other than that, I'm like, let's just.
I'm not a big fan. Yeah.
Why be in the air when you can be on the ground?
I mean, I hear it's safer though, technically. I mean, like, you'd be more apt to get-
Statistically, they say it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you're in
Yeah.
the air.
I know. I don't know. I can't explain it.
I just don't like the lack of control.
Oh, for
you,
sure.
you sit down and go, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in someone else's
Nothing I can do.
hand. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, who's working on this thing? I
Gosh.
just.
And speaking of really
There's
fast,
no phalanges.
I'm getting off this plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, in honor of Father's Day, did you have some topics?
Oh.
Did you have something?
Yeah,
No?
no, I had some questions.
Okay,
You
I have
take it
one.
away first.
Well, I had a question. So, you raised 2 girls, so you didn't have boys to raise.
Nope.
But, we're raising boys.
Yep.
And I, after, whenever I was pregnant with Lane, and I found out it was a boy, I was like, obviously, I'm okay with that. But,
Sure.
who doesn't want a little girl, because I'm thinking, I'm so close to my mom. And I was thinking,
Sure.
like, of course, I would love to have
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I told my mom, I said, I would be wasted on raising girls because I
Right.
feel like I'm a good boy mom. And
Yeah.
I think the Lord meant for me to be a boy mom.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm tough. I'm
Yeah.
really tough. I'm really strict.
Yeah.
But I thought, I was curious maybe what your thoughts were, how you were doing it as far as raising them with manners. Like, I always, so Phil doesn't understand, he doesn't understand the importance of, like, manners, where I feel like it's, like, if a woman walks in the room, like, you stand up, just, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I said something to him about it. He's like, I've never heard of that. I'm like, yeah. So I'm actually raising 3 boys because I've got my husband and then the 2
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
But I try to say, Parker, he always says yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and yes, sir, and all that stuff. And then I've been working with him on talking, like making eye contact, because and he's 6. I have to give him a little bit of,
Sure.
my mom thinks I'm way too hard on him.
Right.
But, because he'll just, like, be talking to me like, yeah, we did this at school today. And I'm like, eyes up here, talk to me, raise your voice,
Hear
stand
that?
up tall.
Hear that?
I
Yeah.
do that to
Yeah.
Alex. If he's not looking at me, I'm like, hey, you talking to the
wall?
wall?
Exactly. I know, because
Yeah.
he just, like, Parker just, like, does this.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember?
My favorite though is when Alex is like, I don't remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
that happens all the time. And then I hear him talking to somebody else about something or another, and I'm like,
Right.
Yeah, I heard them talking about it. I was like, what'd you guys do at school? And Parker starts telling me, and Alex goes, I don't remember. And then Parker starts telling me, and I'm like, weren't you in the same class today? And Alex goes,
Oh,
Yeah.
story of our lives.
and I look at him, and I'm like, you know exactly what you did, didn't you? And he's like, yeah.
Yep. Or,
It's
like, just
Phil
tell
will come
me.
home later, I'll ask Parker, and then Phil comes home later, and then Parker's all about all the stories. I'm like, I can understand that. But anyways, I've been trying to, I guess, I don't know, with you, did you wish you had, I know you love your girls, but do you wish you had boys? You feel like you would have been a good boy dad?
I've had this conversation with some friends, over the years, and it's probably good that I didn't have a boy.
You feel like you're a good girl? You feel like you're meant to be a girl dad, you mean?
No, not even that.
Or do you think you'd be too hard on a boy?
Too hard.
Okay.
Yeah, way
Okay.
too hard. He'd probably end up in jail or something like that, trying to get away from me. I think I think I was too easy on the girls.
Okay.
Here it comes.
I
Okay.
was, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get away with a lot
Yeah.
here?
I think I kind of did this like.
I did not get away with a lot. The other side.
Okay. Okay.
Let's-
There's some truth there. There's some truth there. I think I was a little too hands off because they were girls. Because I have Marnie, my wife, and I figured, woman,
Yep.
these are girls. I
Yes.
don't know how to raise girls. I don't know what to do there.
Right.
So I just tried to. So like with discipline, things like that. Marnie kind of did a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so my sister has a
You're
daughter
gonna get slapped
who's
after this.
my sister has a daughter that's 2 years older than Parker, and so whenever we're together, especially when they were little, I disciplined Parker differently than she disciplines her daughter, Sadie.
Right.
But they would do the same things, and I had a spanking spoon for Parker when
Yeah.
he was really little, and my sister was like, oh, I can't believe you spank him. I'm like, I can't believe you don't spank her, which now that they're getting older and I'm getting older, I'm like, of course you don't discipline girls like you do boys. It took me a
Right.
minute to figure that out because I'm like, well, I whip her, but I wouldn't. But,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking,
Cassie
Yeah.
because I'm so strict,
Right.
but it's like, it's different for girls. And now she has a little boy who's who's actually a little bit older than Lane, just a little bit older. But he's getting into his 2s, and she's like, I understand now why you had a spanking spoon. For the
Right.
boys,
Right.
boys are a little bit, and you can be a little
yeah.
bit tougher on them
Yep.
than you can with girls, you know.
Yeah,
But
they're
I'm
another
trying
breed.
to raise, I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of raising, you know, just strong men that will be respectful to women.
Sure.
And, you know what I mean? And
Oh,
have
absolutely.
manners and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm going to teach Parker, like, you know, absolutely respect women and, like, open their doors and, you know, wait for them. And
Amen to
all
that.
all this stuff. Because
Right.
I make him do it for me, and I'm like, excuse me, open my door.
Right.
He's like, oh, sorry, Mom. You
Yeah.
know, and then he'll open my door for
I
me.
want
or
you to
whatever.
start that.
You do. You've got to.
Well,
and have him carry stuff. You know, have the
Yep.
boys carry
I
stuff.
do have him
and,
carry stuff. for
you
me.
know, like
Yeah.
stand here and help me. You know.
Right.
And I get mad whenever he takes off, and like if we're on the if we're walking around the block or something, and he takes off on his bike, and I'm like, no, sir. And I'm like,
Mm.
I'm a woman. Don't leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, and don't, because I said, what if I tripped and fell?
Yeah.
Like, and I needed help. You took off, and
Right.
he's like, oh, sorry, Mom. You know, so all those little
Yeah.
bitty things I'm trying to like.
Yeah, that's
instill,
good stuff.
Really
you
good
know,
idea.
Instill in him.
That's
and
good stuff.
But anyway, and I'll do the same with Lane. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I'll be harder on Lane or I don't know because he's my baby, so I don't know. I might be a little bit more lenient.
Yeah.
Parker got the really rough stuff.
Every first kid gets the rough stuff.
Yeah.
They really do.
But I think I think he's turned out to be a pretty good kid. I mean, I know he's a turd sometimes, but I mean, who isn't? All the kids are, I feel like, at this point. So,
Yeah.
They
anyways.
are.
But I thought I don't know what I was thinking with Father's Day. I was thinking, oh, I gotta ask Mark what he thinks about disciplining boys
Yeah.
versus girls.
It's funny though, having 2 daughters, and now, you know, years later, now I have 3 grandsons, which is pretty cool, actually.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
because now you get kind of like, you know, insert yourselves
you
into.
feel, I know. Do you feel like you're hard on them because they're boys?
We've had those conversations where I kind of want to make sure that, you know, they kind of know what a man is supposed to be and all that sort of thing. And I'm a little firmer with them, you know. So like, you know, obviously little kids get away with a lot of stuff with their moms. You know, start whining over nothing,
True.
you know.
Yeah.
And then when they whine over my house, I'll go, ah,
Yeah.
and they stop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because they know they can play it, you know.
Absolutely. That's so
Yeah.
good. And
Yeah.
they know, to be respectful. And I will say, I'm a pushover. Sometimes I'm a pushover, and that's where Phil steps in.
Right.
And he's like, no. Or I baby. And I'm like,
Right.
oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Come here. And Phil's like, stop crying. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I need to, let him step in and make him more rugged and manly, I guess.
Kids are good at manipulating
Oh,
their
they
parents.
are.
Mhm.
They really are. They know how to turn on the waterworks and
Oh,
to
yeah.
get what they want.
Absolutely.
Alex last night.
Yeah. There's one of my favorite movies is called Trading Places. All right.
I feel like I've heard of that. Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and what is her name?
That's not the one I was thinking of. I was like sitting here trying to piece it together.
Yeah, it's a great movie in context what
See,
we're
now I
talking
gotta look it
about.
up. Trading Places.
Yeah, what is her name? She was in a lot of movies. Yeah,
It's a
Tra-
1983 film, so that would have
Yep.
been. Oh,
Yep.
it's about them making money?
Yes, yeah.
I've
What-
seen that picture before.
It is Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy.
Who's the woman though?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes, and they're all very young in this
Yeah.
movie, 1983, and the whole idea. Have you ever seen it?
I don't think so. Or it might have been a
It's really good. You guys would both like it. And basically, what is happening in the movie, and the reason I'm telling you this is because it it kind of helps shape my view of raising kids, genetically speaking.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
And the movie's about Dan Aykroyd is like this very wealthy, up-and-coming stockbroker, and he works in a firm with these 2 old gentlemen that have a argument between each other about the nature-nurture thing.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, and one
Which
believes,
that's a huge.
yeah, one's like, the breeding and, where they come from and their family name and all that stuff. And the other one's like, I could take anyone off the street, right, and raise them up. So they make a bet. And in the movie, you don't know what the bet is. It actually ends up being $1 because they're both like penny pinchers, but they're filthy rich and they live in
fun.
mansions. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
And the bet is they're going to take Dan Aykroyd and they're going to destroy his life because they have the power to do it. Just completely destroy his life. So he ends up out on the street as a beggar.
Oh, no.
Right? And Eddie Murphy is already a beggar.
Okay.
Right? And kind of a charlatan, and a street guy. And they take him and they teach him and train him and get him the suits and everything, and teach him about pork bellies and how to trade commodities. And anyway, and neither one of them know this is happening to each other.
Oh,
You know,
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
And Jamie Lee Curtis is a prostitute who takes Dan Aykroyd in off the street to help him.
Oh.
Right,
Okay.
yeah. And anyway, so the movie goes on like that. I'm not going to tell you the whole movie, right? You're going to.
No, well, I'm curious. Now I gotta watch it.
It's a good flick, yeah. I'm thinking 1983. Some of the language might not be the best, possibly, unless you watch a TV version.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But anyway,
I mean, I feel like how bad could it have been in '83? But you know,
I'll tell you, I've
for
watched.
'83 it was pretty bad.
No, I'm just saying I've seen some 80s movies again,
Yeah.
like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, for example.
Yeah.
All right, and
Like bad language.
oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, you don't remember that,
Yeah.
right? Because you
Yeah.
watched it, yeah. There's several others like that. You watch it and go, ooh. There was one I was going to have the kids watch. And, oh, this is a great movie. You guys are going to love it. And we started watching it. I rented it. And I went, ooh, oh, no. Turn that off. I can't. It might have been that movie.
Crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, so the whole idea of the nature nurture thing is like, before I had kids, I figured that the way they're going to turn out is pretty much how you raise them. 100%.
Yeah.
How you're going to raise them, right?
Yeah.
And then you have 2 daughters, okay? And
She's
you raise them the same way,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
You love them the same way. Would you stop? Just stop. Yeah.
She's like, we couldn't be more
It's not
opposite.
okay. Okay, that's a terrible thing you just did. Okay, so anyway,
It's just a joke.
right? You love them the same way. You raise them the same way. They're in the same home, mom and dad there, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And in the church, all that stuff. But I'm not talking about how they're going to end up, dear. I'm talking about as they're growing up,
Yeah.
you start to see that these kids are diametrically opposite. You know, in how they look at things,
Oh,
how they
yeah.
approach things,
Yes.
how they respond to things. So the genetic piece, I learned very quickly, was much bigger.
Yeah.
I would say on a scale is probably like at least 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's so hard. I mean, yeah, I
Yeah.
would agree with that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, everyone is so different.
Yep.
But, yeah, you think,
Yep.
oh, they're going to grow up the same.
Mhm.
I would absolutely agree with that.
Yep.
With the different person. I'm the youngest of 4 kids, and
Yep.
my sister is 4 years older than me. And we are a lot alike in a lot of ways, but we are so different
Mhm.
in so many ways. And
Mhm.
again, it's like, yeah, we grew up in the same house.
Mhm. Yeah.
I say this often. I'm like, we're cut from the same cloth. How
Right.
can we be so different?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
it is. It's wild.
Yeah, it
But
really
at
is.
the same time, we have, for the most part, I would say we have the same morals and values and,
Right.
you know what I mean, things
Right.
like that
Right.
that were instilled in us.
Yep.
But yeah, as far as personalities,
Yes.
couldn't be,
Oh, yeah.
more opposite.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty interesting stuff.
it is.
really
It's
is.
wild.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how our boys are going to be different,
Mhm.
and even with looks, I guess
Yeah.
I just assumed that Lane would come out looking like Parker. I'm like, oh, they're brothers, and I'm like, you guys don't look like you're related. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And look at your 3 boys.
Well, you can tell they're related.
Well,
You
of
can
course,
tell
of course they're related. They're brothers. Of course they're related. I'm just saying, how is it manifesting? You know, Alex has a very different way of doing things and looking at things.
True.
Aiden's very different, right?
And Andrew's.
Yeah, they're going to be 3 very different little
Yeah,
boys.
they really are. Yeah.
And then you have to raise them a little differently
you
too.
do.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That, and again, back to the discipline thing, you got to
Yeah.
find what works for
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
You know, it's never just one thing. I know for a long time ago, Parker was probably Aiden's age, and it was Pop-Tarts. That was how I disciplined him. I took away his Pop-Tarts, and
Right.
he thought the world was ending.
Right.
But you know, you got to find that certain thing that works.
Yep.
And you know, because I had a friend that's like, well, I spanked him, and he's just not listening. I'm like, well, he's not responding to the
Yeah.
spanking, so
My kids never
find
respond to
something
spankings.
that, you know, so you got to find something else that works. My friend Katie, she has 2 daughters, and one of them, she always puts her hair back in a ponytail. She's kind of tomboyish and she plays sports and stuff, and she always has her hair in a ponytail. And how Katie disciplines her, she walks up behind her and she pulls her ponytail out, and then she goes, "Give me that back," and she goes, "Nope, not until you da-da-da-da-da." And it worked.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I mean? When
Yep.
she was much younger when
Maybe
she
she'll
did
be a
that, but.
Pokemon.
But she'll take away, yeah, that's true. But you know, you find what makes them tick,
Right.
and then you take that away, and
Right.
then it really does work. But
Yeah.
gosh, it's so hard.
It is hard.
It is so hard. I just told her something about Parker last night. I'm like, I love that kid, but man, I never got a manual. Whenever I became a parent, it's like, you know, and again, you just don't know what works, and it's a process of elimination. But
I think the hard thing to determine, I think in time you can figure out how to, properly discipline your kids individually, and but I think the hard one is to find out what actually inspires them,
yeah,
and that's more important actually, I think.
okay, that's
Right?
so true.
Yeah. How do you help them kind of find their way and be successful even through high school and all that sort of thing?
That's so true, because I'm doing allowance right now with Parker, and it's really frustrating because I tried to do the thing, and we're still doing it, but I have a list of chores for him, and it's little things like let the dog outside and feed the dog, and then
Right.
Get dressed and make sure you make your bed and all that. But he doesn't. So everything has a price, and it's like a quarter and 50 cents a quarter. Well, if he does it, he gets paid,
Right.
and then if I have to do it, then he owes me. Then I get paid.
Yep.
So at the end of every week, I go, okay, you earned $4 this week, but you owe me $2. And then, I give it, so then I only give him 2. But he doesn't care. And he's like, oh.
See, Alex would care.
Okay.
Alex would care.
Well,
Alex
and he's
would cry.
like, we've counted his money. He's up to $39 now, which
Yeah.
is like the most money he's ever had. And
Right.
I'm like, okay, you have $39. I'm like, you can spend half of it. We're going to save half of it. And a portion of it goes to church, which was another obstacle. And he's like, I don't understand. Why do I have to tithe? And
Right.
anyways, but at the end of the week, whenever he knows I've done his chores, he doesn't care that I get paid.
Mhm.
And he's like, okay. So with you saying inspiring, you have to find what inspires them. It's like I need to think of something else
See, Alex loves money.
to make him tick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to make him care.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
'Cause
don't know. I thought money would be it.
If I
but
told
it's
Alex
not.
he had to pay me $2, he would probably just drop right there.
Yeah.
He would.
I was thinking when I was kind of like trying to find out what I want to do in my new retirement job, and I had left full-time law enforcement, and I started subbing over at Rogersville High School.
Oh,
And
what's up?
Yep, and
Okay.
I was doing it to test the waters because my plan was originally to be a high school teacher when I retired from the Coast Guard. That was my plan, and I started working on my what do they call that? Your teacher
Certificate.
Yes, right. And anyway, so I thought, I'll go back to that now. So I started subbing over there, and I subbed there quite a bit actually. And what I noticed, remember how I used the expression, he's figured it out, I'd say that, or she's figured it out. And you'd see a very small percentage, and I'm talking juniors and seniors, all right, that I would say had figured it out. And if you saw a sophomore that had figured it out, okay, they were always the more successful ones because they didn't get into the drama.
Which is
They stayed.
hard to avoid.
It
but
is.
it's-
It is.
Especially in high school.
But it's like they're you see they're respectful to teachers. They're getting the A's. They might play a sport or two or whatever. They're not out partying. They just kind of like stay on the track. It's like they figured it out.
Yeah.
There's no better way to describe it.
It's just so true. Yeah.
And I would always engage with them. I kind of what's their family like, and all that sort of thing. And there was no common story. Single mom, and this girl is just like,
Wow.
right. And
So
and
see,
then
that's a personality, somewhat of a personality trait.
But it also was a
Yeah.
hardworking mom, too, that showed
Of
her.
course, yeah.
it's hard, yeah. But that was the thing. It was like, some came from some not real good families, and yet and some came from some really good families. And you saw some good families, and the kids are like, right?
Right.
You're like, yeah.
Please don't
Well,
let that be my situation.
I won't be able to take much more.
Yeah, but I just thought that was fascinating. I was like, how does that happen? And again, we're not talking large numbers here. We're not saying, a third of the schools figured it out and they're just rock hard. And
Yeah.
that's not true.
Right.
It wasn't true at my high school.
Right,
Absolutely not.
yeah,
You're talking like maybe 3%.
yeah. I envy those kids.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
My cousin, I say cousin, but she is 18 years younger than me. She just graduated, and I think she's got it figured out. She avoided drama, and she
Yep.
was valedictorian, and
Yep.
she's going to C of O, and she's going to be a teacher.
Right.
And she's on that path, and I'm like, oh, I envy you.
So how does that happen?
But, you know,
what's
I think-
the formula?
Well,
It's gotta be the
right,
it's
but
gotta be the personality.
It
It's gotta
has
be
to be
something
because-
up there wants to strive for greatness.
Well, and my aunt said at her graduation party, she said, we never had to push her.
Mhm.
She just wanted, she's so smart, oh my gosh, she reads. She has like a
Right.
little miniature library. And
Right.
she's like, we never had to push her. She just wanted to learn.
Mm.
She's an only child,
Mhm.
but she just wanted to learn. And she always wanted to do, just stay
Right.
on that path. And
Right.
so that's what she did. She just always focused and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so I'm so proud of her. It's, it's wild.
Yeah.
But so Father's Day,
yes.
so it is important to say, really, though, that it makes a huge difference having men in
Mhm,
kids' lives and stuff. So I can say that Phil is such a good dad and hands-on and present. And
Oh, very much so. You can
yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And his dad's the same way. And so,
Mhm.
of course, he, I feel like that's where he models his behavior after and
Yeah.
stuff. And so dads are so important and everything. So
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you for being a good hands-on dad.
You betcha.
She's all right. I
Yeah.
think she's all right. She turned out pretty good.
Yeah. I
But
should
it
use
doesn't matter.
I should use a stick a little bit more in the later years in high school.
I don't know. I learned whenever you use the spanking spoon or something
Yeah.
early on, then you don't have to.
That's
later.
true.
But
That's
I don't
true.
know though. With Parker, it may have to come back out. It's like you went.
I literally remember when we lived in San Francisco, I lied about something, and I was elementary.
Yeah.
And he said, you can either get spanked with the ping pong paddle or you can lose the TV and computer for 5 days. And I chose the TV and computer for 5 days. And we had like,
I would have just taken
we
a
had,
spanking and
we
just
had,
been
no, I
over
did.
with.
We had like the desktop, and like one of those, you had like you could close
Oh,
it. Like
yes.
it was in like almost like an entertainment center.
Yes.
And I remember when I would walk past it, I would have to go like this.
But you wouldn't just take the
5 days,
spanking?
no.
Oh man, I would have just because that's all it is. It's like bam, done.
Nope.
But see, I don't think my mom did spank me one time when I was little, but like my dad never spanked. He never
Yeah.
spanked me or anything with me and my sister. But yeah, it's like it's just over with. And it only took that one time, and I was like, oh, I'm not doing that again.
Right.
That hurt really. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, that's
and then
why I
you
didn't
straighten
take
up, and you're like, oh, I'm not. But
why I didn't take
does.
it.
Yeah.
I know,
just
but
said,
it's
rather
so-
not look at anything for 5 days. Being homeschooled.
Yeah.
There's not much.
See, you guys were too soft on her.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I'm
went too hard because I didn't want to get spanked with that thing. I still vividly remember that. I was hiding. I was upstairs in the loft hiding because I didn't want to get spanked with the paddle.
What did you do to deserve?
I
this?
lied about something.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. Lying's a big one.
Oh, that's.
Yeah.
See, maybe that's why I hate lying so much now.
Yeah.
You started it.
I just really trapped it at home.
Yeah.
No,
Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, hold on, my notes.
Oh,
What
you have
would be
notes.
the best Father's Day present you've received?
This is a good one because I always get stumped on what to buy. For
Yep.
Phil and Phil's dad, and I'm just like, what do I do?
I only have one Father's Day present to buy this year.
You couldn't buy what I want.
Oh. What?
Well, if money wasn't an object,
Okay.
right, I would say a 30-day Mediterranean scuba diving trip on a yacht.
Holy cow.
That'd be,
You
yeah,
think you've earned that for Father's Day?
absolutely. No, I actually have told Marnie, I said, that's kind of like my, because like I took Marnie to Europe on our 25th, which was, quick Mark, 5 years ago.
Right? 6 years ago, she said, oh, 31
I'm
years
so
in
bad. I'm
August.
so bad with that stuff.
So yeah, it's right. 5 years ago, because she said not till August is 31
Dad,
years.
when's my birthday?
September 14th.
Oh, I was gonna say
Did I get it?
Yeah.
I was going to say
Yeah.
September 24th, but
Don't say that because it messes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
I did pretty good there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I
That
thought
was
you were
that
going
was
to.
impressive.
Yeah.
It took me. I was bad with that stuff because Marnie was always taking care of the birthday stuff. So I never really go through life busy
I can see
working.
that, yeah.
Yeah, and it's Megan's birthday this weekend. Oh, okay, right.
Oh, that's just like with the
Yeah.
Christmas gifts. How Christmas morning, it's like I love it whenever my husband is just as surprised at all the Christmas gifts, like just like my kids
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
because dads, they don't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
So that'd be the top gift right there.
So Megan, make it happen. He would like to go on a 30-day
I'll have to grab my
Mediterranean.
savings.
Now, if
real
you're
quick.
talking about like a little trinket item from the mall,
Sure,
is that what you're?
So you haven't gotten something yet?
No, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I
You
love
don't.
my
You don't
house.
have to get me
Okay.
a gift.
Well, I have no one else to
I-
get a gift
I-
for, so.
Nah. So now you've got double. You're gonna spend double on him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my price range.
yeah. I like good belts. You know,
Okay.
but that's kind of a hit and miss. 'Cause that's kind of a personal item, right? Yeah, like shoes, right?
Yeah, that's tough.
It's hard to buy
Do you
things for
barbecue
people.
or anything?
Oh, I do. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Quite a bit.
See?
Yeah,
Listen,
not
the
like Will
barbecue
Worsham
world-
does. Okay, he's like hardcore.
Oh,
you
he
know.
is. I know.
Yeah.
Look at there's a picture up here. Of
Yeah.
all of his cooking and
Yeah.
stuff.
He
Yeah.
made that?
Yes, and he came in the
Yeah.
other. I think it was last week, and he's like, "Sorry if I stink. I've been up all night cooking."
Yeah.
Him
Oh,
and
yeah.
Phil, Phil smokes and stuff, and so Phil will get up in the middle of the night and go check on the meat, and I'm just like, you should be sleeping. Why are you cooking right now?
You get into it.
It's like a sport,
Yes.
know? But
Yeah.
for barbecuing, that's like a whole new world of gifts that you can.
Oh, yeah.
It
Oh,
is.
you could get
People
anything.
really get into it. Like Bill does, my brother-in-law.
Phil gets into it.
I grill a lot. I enjoy it, and I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But I'm not into the smoking, and people buy those pellet stoves with their, phone apps and all that stuff, and
Oh,
big
yeah.
green eggs and all that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
That's for
Phil
sure,
has a
Phil.
Traeger, but I
And
think
he
that's the
has
one that
a,
has the Blackstone.
Blackstone.
yeah.
But we
Yeah.
don't have a grill because he got rid of the grill to get the Blackstone. And
Yep.
so, anyways, and then I got upset the other day and I said, I want a grilled hamburger, like a
Right.
hamburger on the grill because it's different.
Yeah,
when it's
it
on the
is.
Smoker, and it's different on the Blackstone.
It is.
He's like, well, hey, I'll get a grill. Just tell me when. And I'm like, okay, now we've got 3 cooking devices on the patio.
Right,
And, and I
right.
feel like that's a little overkill. But
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
But yeah, so there you go, barbecue stuff.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
What do you think is your biggest fail as a father?
Yikes.
As a that's hardcore. As a
Wow.
father,
Yeah.
I should have put handcuffs on you when you were 17 and kept you in the house.
There you go.
For a reason.
I wish
You asked
would've.
it. I wish you would have.
You walked right into that one. You walked right into that one.
My biggest failure as a father, and Marty and I have talked about this, is that I should have been more hands-on with both my girls.
How so, though?
I mean, it's kind of like because they were girls, I had some switch that went off in my head, like, oh, they're girls, so, and Marty did a great job. I'm not saying she did bad. I'm just saying I should have done more,
Yeah.
and
But like whenever they played sports and stuff, like did you ever like?
I go to the
coach?
games.
But you didn't like coach or anything.
I coached the
He coached
soccer
Barracudas.
once or
I was
twice.
6.
Barracudas. That's
Barracuda.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, and I think part of it is I'm also kind of old school, and so it's kind of like, hey, whatever the girls want to do is fine. If they want to be doctors or housewife, it doesn't matter.
Gotcha,
I should have been just a little more. And it's funny. I spent more time with Molly actually, okay, because Molly.
Remind me, she's younger, right?
Yes, 2
Okay.
years younger.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Molly was more interested in things that I liked. So motorcycles
Okay.
and guns and things like that.
Yeah.
And she was like,
I liked dirt bikes for a long
For-
time.
for a short period of time,
Until-
actually.
Very short time.
Yeah, but so I think, that was my biggest mistake. I should have been a little more, inserted myself more
Yeah.
into their lives at a deeper level.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think is your biggest achievement as a father?
Oh, as a father. Biggest achievement as a father. Wow.
I know these are
That-
hard.
yeah.
I told you I had questions.
Wow.
And I didn't know about these ahead of time.
What? Oh.
These questions.
You said this, and I thought you meant like camera or whatever. I was like, wait,
I was
what?
panning back to the audience, letting them
Yeah.
know I did not know these questions like Hillary did. Anyway, so yeah, yeah. So biggest achievement. I mean, other than making sure they were alive by the time they're 18, I mean that's weak, isn't it?
That's every single day. I'm like, ooh, the kids are still alive. We're doing good. Like we made it through another day.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's me every day.
Yeah.
That's a hard question to answer. Biggest achievement as a father?
That's a hard one. Did you think he was going to answer a certain way?
No.
Oh.
She's trying to come up
What
with
should I ask my dad?
She's trying to be really heavy.
Yeah.
Make him have a really big think.
I think the biggest achievement is that Marty and I provided a good, wholesome home for them to kind of do well and flourish and do whatever direction they wanted to go.
course.
We didn't like, you're going to go this pathway and beat them down, or we didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I guess that's an achievement.
That is an achievement. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Do you have anything else for him?
No, that was
That was it?
few questions. And the Top Gun, that was on my list, but we already talked about Top Gun.
Oh, okay, yeah. Should have got my trivia. The Top Gun trivia I did with you was super easy.
Super easy.
So I don't think
Super
I don't
easy.
think that would have worked on him. Anyway.
Probably not. Yeah.
So let's all go back and see Top Gun again.
At the IMAX.
Yes.
Only going for one
Bill,
reason.
we're going to the IMAX this time. We're
Yes.
watching it in the IMAX this
Still, I'm
time.
going to
Yeah.
tag along.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go with my mom, because, you know, my mom needs someone to go with, and then you guys can have a little mom date. I'm kidding. I would go.
This is
I would
what my life
definitely
has
go.
come to.
Yeah,
No,
Marty
I would
really
definitely go.
liked it. Yeah. She
Yeah,
loved
Probably liked Rooster.
And it was perfect.
Because she liked Rooster. Okay.
It was
Okay.
a perfect date night movie. Like, it really was. It
Yeah.
was, you know,
It was.
perfect. All right.
Not anymore.
I know, we need to get going. 8:21? Oh my gosh, Parker has a haircut at 9 a.m. We got to get going.
Okay.
Okay.
We just got a little, we just kept talking.
Yeah.
You know, that's good though.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you.
You
for
bet.
coming on.
Yeah,
And
it's fun.
happy Father's Day.
Thank you so much.
And I
Father's
hope you have
Day.
a good Father's Day.
I think
I
we
think
will.
we're gonna go swimming on Father's Day. Phil loves the water, and so we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go do that on Father's Day.
I have to take the boys to their dad's apartment for like 2 hours.
So he'll have a good Father's Day too, I guess. All right, have a good weekend, guys.
Thanks.
Okay. I always forget how to do this. Oh my
No.
gosh, what did I do?
No.